Nathan, 2 goals or goal involvements. Let's get onto those in a minute. But a 2-0 win for the Saddlers today looked like a real hard-fought game out there.
Yeah, it was. It was a big sort of challenge in the first half because obviously I'm sure anyone that watched the game would be able to tell we weren't at the races first half. You know, as a whole, as a team, myself included. But you know, we managed to grind it out first half and we still had some chances we could have put away. But you know, ended up just second half. It's just the same common theme throughout the season. We end up murdering teams in the second half through fitness, all this sort of stuff, and we just get a boost of energy. And I think the fans get behind us as well. Often we're shooting towards that end, which always helps. And it's nice when you score and you can celebrate in front of all the fans. It's great.
What was said at half-time to make the energy levels sort of go up? Because as you say, we weren't necessarily at the races in the first half, to get the passes together. So what was said in that half-time team talk?
Not much really. I mean, we showed us a few clips on the big board and about the press, so we tried to tinker that a little bit more, went a bit more aggressive, but it's the same. It needs not be said at most points because we know that we weren't at the races. The gaffer's great at just leaving us, good, bad. He lets us sort of problem solve ourselves, which creates independence and all this sort of stuff. So we're all talking between ourselves, and we want more. We want more from each other. We expect more from each other, which is great and a great environment to be in. And ultimately, that's why we didn't have to say anything because we knew. And we went credit to all the lads. We turned it up in the second half, and the rest is history.
I think one thing that certainly took most people by surprise was how early he took that second goal. Talk us through. We're not far away from it. We're probably a little bit more over to the left, but it's a great pick out from Tails. And do you always back yourself in those sorts of positions?
Yeah, I think the first, as a striker, sometimes the earlier you hit it, the better. And it's a few times where, if you remember the Carlisle game, the first, was it the first minute and a half, something like that, and scored the goal just from shooting early. Keeper wasn't set. The same here. I mean, obviously, it ended up going in the corner and was on my left, but I backed myself left foot, right foot. I don't think really. It's just all those years of practice. Just when you're in that moment, you just think shoot, and then you just split second later you shoot. So it's not really some sort of science behind it. And then I was just buzzing when it went in, and struck clean, didn't shim roll it. It was a nice strike, and no one can take that one away from me. The first one, it's gone down as my goal, and I think it should have done, but it was borderline. It was close, but no, it was my goal, so I'm happy with the two.
Josh behind the camera will probably tell you a little bit differently for the first one, but
maybe don't post that one.
We'll let everybody decide on that one. But for yourself now, we were just chatting then. 22 goal involvements in 28 games. As a young striker out on loan, you must be incredibly proud and pleased with the return that you've got going into the new year from the first half of the season.
Yeah, I am happy, but I could have scored more. And obviously, as a striker, you want to score as many goals as possible, and that's probably I'm still counting it. So the brace, this brace here was only my third brace this season. I haven't had a hat trick or anything like that, which is unlike me. I'd say obviously it's just different. Step up from 21s to first team, but normally when I score one or two, I tend to score a third or a fourth. So I'm still waiting for that, and hopefully later in the season that'll come. But I'm just happy to help the team out and keep scoring in different games, because obviously that means if you haven't scored a few braces, it means you're scoring pretty much every game you play, or assisting, or both, which is obviously great for the team. And I'd like to think that I've done my part to help the team alongside everyone else, and that's why we are where we are. So
I was going to say, top of the table, we're going to New Year's Day now. Tough game against Notts County. They beat Cheltenham 5-3 today, moved themselves into second, I believe. So first against second again, but it's going to be another one of those games where we're backed out by, I think, close to 1,500 fans there, and it's going to be what promises to be another entertaining game, and one I suppose everybody in there is really looking forward to as well.
Yeah, of course we are, and I think it's great because we don't necessarily have as much pressure on us now. Obviously we can't get complacent or rest on our laurels, but we have that sort of buffer. But we can afford to look. We're not going to win every game this season. That's unreasonable to suggest that. But if we can keep this run going, the wins spiral. When you've got one win, it's a lot easier to get a second. I haven't gone out a single game this season thinking we're going to lose, and that's I'm sure everyone else mimics that and has the same sort of attitude, which is great. because even like when it's 0-0 until I don't know what minute the first goal was, but everyone believes, everyone knows that we're gonna get chances and we're gonna have a chance to score, and ultimately that often falls to me, and hopefully I'm able to oblige, but not always. It's the life of the striker, isn't it? But I try my best.
As they say, always believing. Well done.
Thank you, I appreciate it.